Oh my goodness.
So I may or may not be here at this moment.
Maybe you're not.
Maybe this is all my imagination.
Did you see anything?
You're a hologram.
Did you see anything interesting? I mean,
I had really. No, I didn't. But
No?
I think if I did that job continued, I'm sure that I would, because you're out there in the dead of night in dark areas.
Right.
Yeah.
But I had an interesting thing where I was assisting a railroad crew, meaning that I would pick them up, take them to the front of the train's parked, take them up to the front of the train, then the conductor gets on, I take the brakeman, and I drive him a couple miles to the end of the train, and then he walks the train, checking the brakes, and then I pick him up again. And then I had to chase the train. Then they finally cut it off.
Train.
Well, follow the train by myself in the van or the SUV.
Like along the tracks?
No, well I could see them. No, I could see them. But I'm kind of just trying to catch up to them.
Right.
I can see them going, and then I'm supposed to meet them.
What an interesting job.
It was really fun.
It's like a movie. I like it.
Yeah, I got a lot of material if I ever want to write, for novels, because it was just a whole new, very interesting. But the only thing I want to say is I left before you guys all had that experience at Taklock Lake, whatever.
Okay, we're back to Mount Adams,
I'm sorry,
ladies
yes.
and gentlemen.
But so I left that Monday in the afternoon, and I've not had really any experience with Sasquatch, and I've been becoming interested in it, but I did have a feeling up there. I mean, that area, you feel like driving on those roads, you feel like that's where they would be. That's where you just feel it. You just feel it. Anyway, as I was driving home by myself, I had this overwhelming desire. I have a favorite song on my iPod that I like to listen to, and I just had this overwhelming impulse that I need to share that with the forest. And so, I was driving on, playing it with my windows open.
Oh my God!
And then I'm talking to Samara after that, and reading the Bigfoot book that she's quoted in.
Right.
Oh, Samara has a quote in there.
Yeah, maybe want to show that.
Yeah, look at this book, you guys.
And I find out in there that that's one of the things people who are contacted by the forest people, that they like music.
Oh,
Okay.
And I just felt like I really needed to share this beautiful song. And then I've continued to do that a little bit. I have a forest behind my home, and I sit out there with my dog sometimes, and I've just had the impulse I need to share that music. So, I mean, that sounds very weird, but
No.
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
I can see you driving along that lonely mountain road.
Yes, because it's
on
no
the way
other
back
sound. Yeah.
from East Eddy Ranch.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, was this during the daytime, by the way?
It was during the day.
Okay.
In the afternoon.
So, it was warm enough to have the windows down, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little cool, but I felt like I needed to roll them down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I would not normally have rolled the windows down, but I just kind of slowed down a little bit, rolled the windows down, played my song at high volume, and
So you were prompted to
share this music.
Normally, you would
cool.
just play the thing in the car and enjoy it yourself, but for some reason, you were prompted to share it with the
And I
forest.
did feel kind of, I don't know, tingly. What's that feeling that you get when you kind of what's that?
It's called numinous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
You have a
I just
numinous
felt
experience.
like kind of a
this
vibration. It's kind of a
this
vibration kind of thing that
you just
there
feel
was some
like
connection,
this wave goes over you and this
Yeah,
kinda
that's
like
what it felt like.
Wow.
That is exactly what I felt when I
numinous. Yeah.
I remembered
The spiritual term.
in the vision
Yeah.
connected with the three-pronged device. I felt like I opened my eyes from that moment of meditation and connection, and I felt a physical, cold electrical tingling all over
kind of like that, electrical.
my body.
Yeah,
But
that's what it felt like.
I
to me.
hadn't had that happen to me from a meditation before, an actual physical electrical shock, which leads me to believe that whatever I saw in that vision was definitely real, and it was activated by my consciousness and knew that I was looking at
like
it.
a resonance.
Yeah.
Interesting. How would we spell numinous, by the way?
N-U-M.
N-U-M.
I'm eating, so
I-N-O-U-S
yeah, numinous.
is an English adjective derived from the Latin numen, meaning arousing spiritual or religious emotions, mysterious
that's what that
or
felt like.
awe-inspiring.
It
Yeah.
felt like that.
A monk down at St. Martin's taught me that term.
A monk.
Yeah, I went to a monk college,
Good for you.
to the Franciscan.
A Franciscan.
I thought I wanted to be a monk.
Oh, you would have been a great monk. You
Can
still
see
are a
your
great
old-
monk.
I cannot see Steve taking the vow of silence.
Well,
Oh,
I know.
that would be tough.
Well, yeah, I actually, I got invited. They thought I was a good candidate because I got invited. I had a little thing on my door to come to their silent dinner. Every night they'd have silent dinner.
I would love
And
that.
that's what turned me off. I was like, I can't do this. This is crazy. I couldn't talk through the whole dinner.
I could do it.
But
I
I did
love
find out who really got fed well. It was not the students, the priests.
Ah.
Oh my God, they had steak, they had lobster. Every night
Oh
they had
no.
the best food, you know.
Franciscan.
Might as well have something if you're not going to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or do
mackerel.
other things.
Yes.
I would like to kind of put something out there publicly, and I've been debating on this for quite some time.
Could you do me a favor and move one chair closer?
Yeah.
And
Because
speak up.
we only have this one little screen now that we're dealing with. And,
Well, before we run out of time,
yeah.
I'm still getting hits on missing people.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's something that I have not discussed in this group.
No, you have.
Live feed.
Oh,
Privately, I have, but I'm just kind of putting it out there. I'm still getting hits on various people. My abilities are not like I see a picture of somebody and it's there. It's hit and miss. So if I see, I'm really nervous now because
Mary
I'm
could-
talking about it.
yeah.
But my abilities have been getting stronger and stronger over the years regarding that. I had a remote viewing a couple months back of somebody who was missing, and I contacted police about it. And hopefully, prayerfully, this lady will be found. But I know it won't be due to me; it'll be due to something else. But I just want to put it out there that that's one of my abilities, and I am still getting hits on it periodically.
When
it's
you
not
do that,
fading.
do you write them down? How do you kind of make note of that?
Sometimes I write them down. A lot of times I talk them out because there are things that I'm not able to see beyond. Typically, it's been missing kids. Over my entire lifetime, it's typically been missing kids. And that one's been really tough because you can tell if they're alive or they're deceased or that kind of thing. But anyway, I had one not too long ago, like the last few days, and they'd already found the person.
And they died.
Yeah, the person was dead.
Wow.
And there was one a couple of weeks ago, which, I saw the image and I got a hit on it, or what I call a hit because I don't know what else to call them. And I knew that this person would eventually be found, so it was something that I did not need to make contact with authorities on. Otherwise, I would have immediately. But I'm getting more and more hits on stuff like that, so I'm putting it out there. Don't come to me because with everything, pictures and stuff like that, it doesn't work. My abilities do not work like that.
Yeah. You get it or you don't get it.
Exactly.
Right. And you
And-
can't make it happen.
Exactly. There are rare occasions where, for example, a long time ago I had inherited my grandfather's house. Did not know that he had rebuilt the entire basement until when I was taking down I was using a screwdriver and I was removing a hinge, an old hinge, part of a door that he had created. And I saw my grandfather in the 1960s in that house and exactly what he did, how he did it, and a few of the cuss words that he said. It really rather shocked me at that time, and that was, it would have been 2005, I think, something like that. But it was like in the blink of an eye. I mean, this whole image happened in like a blink of an eye. The remote viewing that happens, the longest one I've ever had was close to a half an hour.
Wow.
So,
Well, you got to keep us up to date on what's going on here on that
Yeah.
stuff,
so
because maybe
We have a talented group here,
we're all
don't
being
we?
tweaked
I
somehow.
do.
You know, you never know.
yeah.
Gosh, is there anything else that we're forgetting to talk about? Any developments post Mount Adams that people have heard about?
Yes. The CPAP machine, the data.
Oh,
Oh,
You got
Right, records.
It was analyzed.
it was analyzed
What happened?
by
Yeah.
me. Well, here's the weird thing.
It went off at 3:15ish.
Supposedly about 3:15ish.
When did you go to bed?
I'm sitting. Actually, I went to bed early. I mean, it was like right after the Sky Watch that night.
Around
So
midnight.
So about around midnight, because you guys hung out. You
Yeah.
guys were actually just going to the fireplace
Okay.
at about midnight, and you hadn't started the fire yet around the campfire, which you guys stayed up for 2 more hours at least.
hmm
And I went to bed. So myself and Kevin are in the pop-up trailer that they have, really nice one, pretty big. So I had one side, Kevin had the other side, and Sam was still at the campfire having a great time talking with you guys. And go to bed early around, I would think that I was at least for sure sound asleep by 1 o'clock. I mean, I probably dinked around for at least a half an hour, and then all of a sudden at 3, the reason I remember this time,
Because you asked.
I wake up in the middle of the night because my CPAP machine goes dead, which happens, when you're camping. The battery dies, and all of a sudden you go, oh, great, I'm done with my CPAP because the battery's gone. So, but what it does is it wakes you up when you don't have it. And I look at my watch, and I notice it's 3:15. And when I get up to go out, I figure I'm going to go to the restroom anyway because I'm an old man with a prostate, so I better go out and do it. And so I wake up, and Kevin wakes up when I get up. He goes, oh, and he knows that there was no battery power. My thing was dead. He says, oh, what time is it? And I said 3:15. And he says, oh, okay. I said, I'm going to the bathroom. He says, when you come back, I'll switch it over to the other battery so you can continue having sleep. And I'm going, oh, great. So I go out, and literally he has this really cool little porta potty set up right there next to his pop-up trailer. So it takes me like, 2 or 3 minutes maybe at the most,
Kevin sounds
do
like
my
he's
thing.
set up.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
this guy is just, you're talking Survivor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
special ops kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. Like, go to him
That's
if
what I
you
call
need
him,
to
special
charge
ops.
something.
Man.
Yeah.
So I just get it over really quick. I go back into the camper and get ready, and he had already switched it over to this other battery. So I'm excited. I'm going to go right to bed. He goes, oh, so what time is it? And I look at my watch. We both remember me saying 4:15.
4:15 in the morning?
Yeah.
hmm
Oh,
Yeah, 4:15 a.m.
1 hour since he stepped out to use the restroom.
that's odd.
Thank you for that clarification. And there's no way I did anything for an hour. I mean, it was number one. Just going
Sometimes we need to know.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get to the details. But at the time, when we both remember, because this was debriefing the next morning around the old campfire again, we started thinking, well, what time did you wake up? What time did you come back? And we started thinking about it, and he says, well, it was literally an hour difference. So the bottom line then is, well, how could we verify this at all? That this might have been, normally if I would have gone back to bed at 4:30, I would have had quite a few hours of sleep before like 7:30, 8 o'clock, even if we slept in. But when I check my CPAP machine, it keeps track of every single thing. It is wireless. When you get back into Wi-Fi area, it puts all this information to the main headquarters, and I even have an app on my phone that will read it out